I, for one, can't wait to get back into this. Because it's been a couple weeks for us.
Yeah.
Probably less than a minute if you're watching this on the playlist, in which case,
tell us what happens in the future.
Yeah, you know, and don't spoil it for us. Okay. Hideyoshi's claim that advertising doubled the taste was apparently right. After being chased out of the guest house, the kids and Nanjo had gathered in the cousin room and were eating the cake that Kumasawa had brought for dessert. It was both wonderful and high class, topped with lavish amounts of cream and decorated deliciously with fruits. But delicious as it was, it didn't taste quite as good for some reason. Right, because this is just after everyone gets chased out of dinner.
Yep.
Right, okay. Yep, got it. I'm back.
Without Goda-san selling it, it isn't nearly as good.
And if we asked Kumasawa-san to sell it, she'd just say it's made of mackerel.
Ew, really? You can make cake from mackerel?
I remembered how to do her voice.
Absolutely, and as you can see with this very cake, if you mix the squeezed juice of mackerel with flour and eggs before cooking, it comes out all fluffy.
That'd be big if true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe mackerel cake will show up on the new menu at one of Father's restaurants.
After all, mackerel's full of nutrients and sounds healthy. It might get really popular with the women and the elderly, but I'm not going to get anywhere near it.
Girls won't eat something that weird.
I love that Jessica face so much.
I love every Jessica face.
Every Jessica face is good, but some are better. This is better.
From the elderly would wish to decline. I guess I'm hanging out with you kids now, because I'm not part of the family.
How's it going, fellow kids?
How do you do, little kid?
It's delicious, you know.
Kumasawa was really cheering up the mood with her classic mackerel jokes. Clackerel. Massic. Nope. Clackerel. Clackerel was it. But the sound of the downpouring rain kept turning their attention towards the mystery guest. In the end, they showered Maria with questions again, since she was the only person here to have met Beatrice.
I can't believe she was actually telling the truth.
Right? You make it sound like, though you never believed it, this Maria meets a witch business just isn't just news to you.
Yeah, she says that like daily.
Every year.
I thought it was just one of those fairy tales you'd expect from a dreamy kid that age.
She exists. Beatrice exists. Every year when we come to visit family conference, I meet her and we play together. Last year we played Mario Kart. It was very fun. But she took Luigi. That was mean.
That hasn't been released yet. Clearly this is a powerful witch.
Wait, what do you mean?
Don't worry about
Doesn't everyone know GameCube?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. That's right. Although Beatrice doesn't usually show herself, I hear she sometimes unexpectedly appears before honest people with clean hearts.
Well, the rest of us are sure fucked.
Wait, honest people with clean hearts? That describes no one on this island. You lie. Tell me, witch, if that's your real name. How do you determine who you appear before? No answer? That's what I thought. You go back to your comfy chair and I'll be here and my not comfy chair. Why'd you give me the one chair that's not comfy? It's just petty.
Dastardly plans.
Beatrice referred to that character in the fairy tale about the Rokkenjima witch. To keep Kinzo in a good mood, the family and servants acted as though they believed in the witch of his delusions. That's how Rokkenjima's fairy tale, or maybe ghost story, had come into being. To the family members who knew that backstory, the fairy tale of the Golden Witch wasn't something to be taken too seriously. However, they were never able to say that aloud in front of Kinzo. Because of that, the legend of the witch carried a lot of weight to someone like Maria, who didn't know the story of how it had come into being. That's why Maria believed in the legend of the witch. She accepted it entirely.
Just wait till she hears about the lion and the wardrobe.
God, those books are not as good on reread. They really aren't. That was only natural for an imaginative girl who believed in witches. So people had avoided saying things that would betray her dream. On the contrary, they had worked together to say and do the things that would help liven up her dreams without her knowing.
So when Maria-chan was showing us that candy that supposedly came from Beatrice, I figured someone subtly slipped it into her handbag.
I have done similar things a few times in the past. Secretly placing sweets somewhere. I imagine even Kumasawa, or rather all the servants and everyone in the show of my family, has done it once or twice.
So if it would make a small, innocent kid happy, you might place a sweet somewhere and have everyone join in on keeping the secret alive for her. Come to think of it, I'll bet you do that kind of thing all the time, George Aniki.
Who knows?
You know what? As long as it's plausible, that's the only thing I care about here. That's right, other battler. We only need to show that it's plausible. Probably. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the end game is here.
I don't think any of us are.
It'd probably be boorish to admit to such a thing out loud. George admitted it while being extremely wary that Maria didn't find out. In other words, it's kind of like Santa Claus. Protect a kid's dreams, the parents plot together and lie, setting presents at the bedside of a child fast asleep.
Excuse me, what?
Well, oh, Jessica, did you not... Oh no, this is... Listen, Jessica. I don't know how to tell you this.
I'm gonna have to go reevaluate a few things. Anyway, after all, you want to protect a kid's dreams, right?
Really? That's what's causing you to reevaluate a couple things? Not transitioning in the 1980s, but finding out Santa's not real. That's what's causing you to lose faith in humanity. Really? Wow. Okay, you know what? Sure, good for you. You're way more self-actualized than I am. That's great.
Obviously, I've known. I myself obviously have known that Santa doesn't exist for a long time now.
Beatrice, is she lying? I'm not good at picking up on the subtler visual cues.
But if there's no reason to wake up from a dream like that, I wish I could have believed it all my life.
Really? It's kind of fucked when you think about it.
Because I don't know the world is filled with terrible things. I want to at least protect the pure dreams of a child.
Ew, Santa's not real. Beatrice exists. Exists.
Yes, she does. Beatrice Alma does exist, right? Some time ago when I was drying mackerel to make some black tea. Suddenly...
Why is that a step? Why is that a step in the process?
Don't worry about it.
Well, it goes a little something like this.
Nice.
Supposedly, at least.
So simply put, this was supposed to be a witch that no one but Maria believed in.
I wouldn't phrase it quite like that. The point isn't that we didn't believe.
Whoa!
Scroll lock?
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh.
We were all trying to give her a chance to believe.
So this isn't about betraying a child's innocence. But Santa does not exist in reality. If you want kids to be all disappointed when they learn the truth, you'd be better off not showing them that dream in the first place. It's the fact that I think like this proof that I'm still a long way from becoming a full adult. The true nature of the Rokkenjima witch is finally starting to take shape in Battler's mind. However, the current situation overrode this understanding, and in fact completely overturned its very premise. So we thought we knew what was going on, but now Beatrice Alma the witch has actually appeared in reality. Is that it? Judging by how freaked our parents were, it looks like she wasn't an invited guest. Now it's starting to get interesting.
There's no reason for us to simply assume that a woman called Beatrice doesn't exist.
I was talking to myself, George.
And now you're talking to me. You're welcome.
Sorry, that's really funny.
It's what Uncle Rudolph called the devil's proof. None of us knew that a woman calling herself Beatrice existed. We figured no one had ever used that name before.
Oh, right. You mean the argument of being an asshole.
But that's not... Am I still the one talking? I'm not really sure.
Yes.
But that's not the same as proving that Beatrice doesn't exist. Dr. Nanjo, you've been friends with Grandfather for a long time, right?
Rough, honestly. At one point during the family conference, I was questioned quite thoroughly by Crouch-san and the others. They wanted to know if, long ago, Kinjo-san might have had a mistress called Beatrice and an illegitimate child with her.
I get it. Our parents have their heads full with the inheritance problem. So of course if the daughter of a mistress like that showed up, it'd be troublesome for them.
Crouch-san and the rest probably asked Genshi-san about it first. However, Genshi-san is an aide who's sworn loyalty to Kinjo-san and is probably a friend more trusted by Kinjo-san than myself. Except he can't play trust. I doubt he told them anything. Then next I went to ask Mary, an old friend of his.
So I love that the parents are all like, get the kids out of here. They can't hear all this stuff about the inheritance and all that shit. The kids can't be here. They can't know about that. And the kids do know about that. They just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're out there fighting about the inheritance stuff again, probably, I'm sure. Fuck that. That's boring.
Because we've got the important...
Let's talk about witches.
We've got the important adventures over here. And did Grandfather have a lover called Beatrice, Dr. Nanjo?
Her dad.
Oh, that's...
That's
important. That's important.
No, I have never met her. However, I've heard from Kinjo-san that he had a relationship with a woman like that. He said she passed away a very long time ago. She's dead.
Oh, she's dead. Well, I sounded like you there for a moment, Dr. Nanjo.
Oh, it's okay, I have it from all the time. I sound like myself more often than not.
So did the two of them have a kid?
That I do not know. But Kinjo-san always said that reviving Beatrice is the goal of his research. Usually if one loses a mistress but has a child left behind to remember them by, they pour all their love onto that child. Therefore we naturally assume that there was no such child between Kinjo-san and Beatrice.
How come no one notices the portrait changing like that? Oh, it's
always
like
has been.
it's like one of those paintings that has like that's drawn on like raised triangles. So you look at it from one angle and it looks like one painting, and you look at it from another angle and it looks like a different painting. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. I have solved the trick of the witch. Are we all good now?
Yeah.
That was it. That was all we needed to do, right? Witches aren't real.
Psych.
Whoa. Huh? So that leaves us with another's devil's proof.
Yeah.
God, I hate this.
Hate what?
I hate that they give so much weight to the fact that they can't prove it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not a good reason to believe in something.
But I don't think they're saying it is.
But why they're giving it so much weight to it, then?
I think they are outlining the scope of what they do and do not know. And discovering that a lot of things they assumed they don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean they have a reason to believe there was a child that Kinzo had, but previously everyone was just like, no, they don't. And they're admitting
So
that,
it's-
you know, we can't prove he doesn't. We don't know he doesn't.
Okay, so it's less about... Okay. I it's been a little bit, so I thought they were approaching it from the angle of like, oh, we could use this to... No. They're using it to reevaluate what they thought were surefire statements that they... Okay.
Yeah, because like
I
Battler
am
was
cool with
saying,
that.
the shape of the Rokkenjima witch is... the Rokkenjima witch taking shape in his mind and so on. He's assembling the bits and pieces of knowledge we have and figuring out how they fit together.
All right. You can read your line, Jessica, or do you want me to just hang on the screen for a little while longer?
Wait, which one's my line?
The one that's your line? The one that we're waiting to read so we can move on to the next thing?
Yeah, it's impossible to prove that a child between him and a mistress didn't exist.
Thank you, Jessica.
So now that this child has actually appeared, we have to assume she did exist after all.
If
but
you-
that's a leap in logic.
Yep.
Huh? That's a bit of a rushed argument. It's more realistic that someone caught wind of the trouble with the Ushiromiya family inheritance, knew about grandfather's relationship with a mistress long ago, and impersonated her, trying to take a slice of the inheritance for themselves.
Sure, that is realistic. But we can't deny the possibility that she really is an illegitimate child. One who lived in isolation, forgotten by grandfather, and who's returned for revenge, right?
Or the possibility that she is an illegitimate witch.
You know what? That's a really good argument there, Jessica. Hold on while I bring that up with, just hold on one moment. Are you a legitimate witch?
Nah.
What? What even are you? Help me out here, Birdie. Sorry, man. Ain't got nothing on that one.
Revenge? What do you mean?
Sorry. Guys just like to dramatize stuff and make it sound more interesting. I've seen too many weird dramas. Normally that might have come off as a light joke, but the joke had landed after an uninvited mystery guest calling herself Beatrice and marched in on the fit day of the family conference, where the bloody argument that the inheritance had become took center stage. There's no way Battler's joke would be welcomed with laughter. So it was a really big help when Nanjo laughed brightly to calm everyone down.
That's the wrong thing. That's not what we do on Christmas. On Christmas, we watch two queers play. I hear that they stream a new game every Christmas day.
Really?
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 Who are you?
That's exciting.
Who are you?
It's a mystery.
Oh, okay. I'm beginning to think that the fourth wall within our narrative is starting to crumble some. I say, that does sound quite intriguing. I would love to read a novel with a plot like that.
Well, I don't think it would actually work. Well, in comparison, look at those two sprites next to each other. Battler's huge. Right? Like, that's so weird, right? After all on this island, right? Wait, no, this is... Okay, but I don't think that would actually work. After all, on this island, there's 1, 2, 3... A full 18 people, right?
1, 2, 3, 18!
It's hard. I don't have that many fingers, okay? If anyone tries to do something weird, they'll immediately get caught. And thanks to the typhoon, can't even leave the island. In other words, if you tried to commit some crazy crime, you'd be screwed.
I agree. In a dead end, without any way to escape, and in a situation where everyone's really suspicious of her, I seriously doubt she could pull off a terrifying revenge drama like that, I say, instantly dooming Saul.
George, we need to have a talk later about setting stuff. Yeah, come on.
Probably not. In that case, it would be more realistic if you had some secret, not making her parents know. I simply cannot imagine someone appearing openly to take revenge outside of some historical drama.
Well, who knows, right? Revenge is based on emotion, not logic. If you've got someone willing to go down along with their opponent, they might not be afraid of anything, not even the police or large numbers of people. Not that I'd know anything about that.
You're right, Jessica. I'm afraid of large numbers of people. I'm not really good with big crowds.
It's okay, Jessica-chan. You'll have your revenge someday. None of the disturbing things we're imagining will happen.
Like the battle royale between our parents over the inheritance isn't disturbing.
That's right. Dad and Uncle Rudolph are pretty tough, and Aunt Ava's even trained in the martial arts. We'll be fine. Yeah.
I hear they're gonna start playing Fortnite. Fortnite Battle Royale.
Why is this the best face in the game, or
Right?
any game?
It's so good! Jessica didn't say it out loud, but she vaguely knows her own father stood in opposition to all the other siblings on the inheritance issue. They usually played nice in front of the children, but when that pretense was lifted away, like it had been at dinner, the result would be a tumultuous one. After realizing this, it was only natural for Jessica to be frightened at the thought that her parents might get caught up in some kind of trouble and become human sacrifices for something terrifying. That's a leap.
Yeah.
It's yes.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But,
Okay,
like, show your work. Show your work.
There that's what it is. Seriously, George Oniki's right. Nothing's gonna happen. Even if she pretends she's a witch, what can a single human woman who can't even use magic do?
Well...
Battler being such an asshole that it kicks him out of the fourth wall again. The sudden creepy laugh made all of them jump. Who's laughing? When they realized the strange laugh was coming from Maria, they were shocked again.
Yeah. Hey. So that's how you see it, Battler.
What is? Don't laugh all creepy like that.
You accept Beatrice's existence for now. At least you accept her as the 19th person and a guest. But that's all, right? You don't accept that the 19th person, Beatrice, is the witch, right?
Why are you talking like you know what happened last cycle?
Why are we assuming she doesn't? She's BFFs with Beato. Beato's probably filled her in.
Beatrice, have you filled her in?
Yeah.
What? How come I don't get a creepy friend to remember stuff for me?
There's no rules in Beato Ball.
This is bullshit. That my Joy-Con is sticking. Of all the crazy things to say, of course that's what I think. Witches couldn't possibly exist. The only possibility is that she's a human woman claiming to be a witch.
Huh? Isn't that odd, Battler? That's the devil's proof, isn't it? Of course witches don't exist. But just because you never met a witch, that doesn't mean you've proven that witches don't exist, right?
That's right. You're not wrong there. I can't prove witches don't exist. However, even if I can't prove it, I can claim it. I claim that witches don't exist.
Hey. Wait, what? You can't do that. What? You're cheating. How can you claim witches don't exist even though you can't prove it?
Because we can claim...
We claim all sorts of things without proving it. Foundationalism is bad.
That's why... Okay, see, now they're using it in the way that pisses me off. Granted, she's 9, but... It's...
Well, no. But she's saying it.
No, she's just being an asshole,
Okay.
because she's like, oh yeah, we have proof they don't exist, and it's like, give me a reason to believe they do.
Not that Battler's argument is any better.
No, Battler's argument is fine. They're like, there's no, in absence of any reason to believe in them, there's no reason to prefer, like, to give preference to believing in witches over, say, believing in a teapot that's orbiting just outside of our notice. In this.
Yeah, there's one of those, and there's a witch riding it.
Okay. My bad. My bad.
There's a witch riding the Utah teapot.
Of course. Why wouldn't there be a witch? Because things like that don't exist.
So that's QED. You finish your proof without any evidence to base it? Now this is a typical case of ignorant, willfully ignoring the shallowness of their own knowledge. A reckless suspension of thought.
Oh my god, you are going to be such an asshole when you grow up, aren't you, Maria? There's only one way to resolve this, Maria. The witch's side needs to show some proof themselves. It's a devil's proof again. If you bring me a devil, we can end this right now. God damn. Battler would have made a great high school atheist.
Battler is absolutely the president and sole member of his high school's atheism club.
God. In this case, we can just get this woman calling herself Beatrice to display some wonderful, magnificent magic like the twinkling stars. All she has to do is show us something that's impossible for humans, right? Oh, come now, you two. Please settle down. Kumasawa noticed the atmosphere between them was getting worse and tried to calm them. It seems as though Battler quickly realized that he wasn't acting like an adult, but Maria's expression didn't loosen, and she laughed creepily. She kept staring at Battler.
You quit it too, Maria. Get the murder face off, please. Please?
Who taught her how to make a murder face?
It runs in the family. Let's get back in a good mood, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you want. Beatrice will definitely show you something impossible for humans. When she does, you'll believe it too, okay? You'll believe in Beatrice.
Well, knowing her, she's gonna show us something that looks impossible for humans, but is actually totally doable. If not super plausible, but definitely possible. And that's gonna give me reason to not continue not believing in her. And we'll just be right back where we started. So, you know. Sure. She lets me have a look. I'll believe.
It's a chess debate between the witch and you, Battler. You got checkmated, you'll believe in the witch.
Ooh, I like the way you put that. The witch shows her You sure you're not in on this, Maria? Did someone tell you what's going on? The witch shows you your magic. My king split into check. I quibble, saying it'd be possible to reproduce her feat using measures even a human could take. My king escapes. Failing to do that would be checkmate, so that's a pretty good analogy.
Battler, in chess, you and your opponent have pieces that move in the same way. So you can predict your opponent's move. But you know what? What you aren't expecting is your opponent's pieces might be able to move in ways far stranger than yours.
Battler.
You simply assume that since witches must not exist, the movement of Beatrice's pieces will actually be the same as your own.
Battler, have you heard about the bong cloud opening?
Not this again. Birdie, back me up on this one. She just got into chess because she learned about something called the bong cloud opening. And all she wants to do is talk about the bong cloud opening. She has no interest in chess beyond sharing the fact that she's interested in the bong cloud opening. And I suspect it's only because it's called the bong cloud opening.
I sense there's something deeper here, huh?
She's right, babe. Battler's right, babe. So come on, you gotta give it up. Anyone could see through that. See, if she was really interested in chess, she would have mentioned a second chess fact. But she has no other chess. Come on, Beto, give me another chess fact.
Chess fact, my hand is really cold. I couldn't do that if I was a human, huh? Huh? Huh?
That's a chest fact. You put your hand on my chest and it was very cold. That's not a chest fact.
Alright, let's roll.
But you haven't.
Hey, you know what? Sorry, Battler, but your chess partner isn't human. She's a witch. She can move her pieces in ways humans can't. Right now, your understanding is flawed. Battler, you like uncurious chessboard thinking, right?
Yeah. I like that style of thinking where you stand in your opponent's shoes.
And that's why you'll get stuck. Even though your opponent is a witch, you won't accept it. So you can't understand the moves the witch might make, and your chessboard thinking won't work. Your knowledge of your opponent is mistaken. The very first premise of chessboard thinking is broken down.
Ah. So that's your game.
You cannot win in chess against a witch. Yeah. Yeah.
Witches get different pieces, like gun mech. Humans could not conceive of the movement possibilities.
Actual literal tank.
There's a rule that lets witches attack the opponent directly.
That's not a rule, you just punched me. It was rude. It hurt. I got a bruise.
That's chess. I don't know what happened after that. We servants were strictly ordered not to approach the dining room. I see. So, Shannon, have you ever met this person called Beatrice before? No reason, just like wondering. I don't know.
That was a slightly odd way to say it. It didn't quite sound as if she was saying her memory was hazy.
For us servants...
She's feeding him the party line.
Beatrice Sama is the second master of this mansion. Some people say we've spread that rumor because of the master's influence. But even when I just started working here, the story of Beatrice Sama was already being whispered of. I've heard about it before.
I like how his glasses fog up when he's serious. I like to think it's the heat rising from his burning red cheeks.
If you don't show her respect, you'll get cursed, and at least one servant actually did meet with an accident, right? Yes. But it's true that some people believed more than others. I, believe respect for that sort of thing shouldn't be forgotten, so I have never doubted that she exists.
But you're not going to share the one time you met with her, huh?
One time? Not just one time.
Well, I meant... I didn't... That's not that's not how I meant it.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
I vaguely believed that a, shadowy being called the Golden Witch existed.
Past tense.
And then that witch, whose existence was so shadowy and obscure, actually showed herself and entered openly through the entrance hall. Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know anything. When you brought her dinner, did you talk about anything? No, nothing.
How good is George at telling that Shannon's lying?
You lie!
He's not going to call her out on it to her face, but he'll probably...
It's an 07th expansion game. We have to get an Usoda at some point. I see. Still, a witch that eats food somehow doesn't sound so realistic.
Why not?
Yeah, that seems like a weird assumption. Why wouldn't witches eat food?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Food... It's fun. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe, after all, it's just someone who knows about the witch legend on this island. Someone who's taking on Beatrice's name. I think you've probably come to respect Beatrice and think of her as something like a guardian god of the mansion. So when a person appeared actually going by that name, maybe you were a little disturbed. Sure, let's go with that. I guess that must be the case.
George was slightly at a loss at what to do about Shannon's downcast appearance. George was not good at reading people. Maybe not just Genji, but even the young servants had been ruthlessly questioned as to whether they knew anything about this Beatrice person.
And some of them
Thinking
do.
He tried to cheer her up somehow. Surely, just like Maria and Jessica, Shannon was unable to fully hide the agitation caused by the sudden visit of this person calling herself the Golden Witch. He'd been so sure that was the case. But George had probably no way of looking into Shannon's heart. Shannon was bitter and sad. The door to the Golden Land would be opened. The witch had definitely told her that. That meant the demise of everything. Even if she accepted the ring from George, they would never be married now. No, in the first place, did furniture like her even have the right to get married? Even if the witch hadn't come to signal their demise, wasn't their relationship fated to fail sooner or later? Had she turned her gaze to focus solely on those fun days spent with George, while purposely closing her eyes to the sad reality? I don't know, have you tried changing your fate? Sounds awfully like a lot like this one tarot lady I met. She was doing street readings and kept warning people that like they were doomed by fate. Except then I changed fate, and she was like, "What the fuck you do? My tarot cards are different now." And this might not.
I've been eating them while you weren't looking.
This might not have been in reality. This might have just been in Persona 5, but definitely surfacing memories there.
What's wrong? You really haven't looked well for a while now. George-san, what does it mean to be engaged? Huh? It means making a promise to marry. But I think in that sense, it means the same thing as marriage. To be honest, I want to take you home as my wife right away. But right now I'm in the middle of training, and I'm still a long way from having the capacity to create my own castle.
George sitting there, furiously studying a book with training weights on.
Castle architecture. That's why I want to take you home with me with my head held high, only after I've become a full adult.
Except he's reading like the books on Minecraft castle architecture.
I'm not talking about the distant future. Oh, who's talking? It's George still.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the distant future. I just want you to wait a short 3 years, but That doesn't mean I want to lie about my feelings for another 3 years. So I decided to give you an engagement ring. That might be a shameful reason as a man. Maybe it's shameful to get engaged because I want you to wait, since I can't support my work and a wife at the same time yet. But I will definitely... Thank you very much. I understand that to you, George-san, an engagement ring means something different from one of many presents you'd give to a lover. Of course it's different. An engagement ring isn't a simple accessory. It's an oath between lovers, a noble promise left in the form of a ring. So, if we were to get married right away, it'd be completely meaningless, right? Then it wouldn't be an engagement ring. I'd give it to you as a wedding ring. Either way, I'd still be giving you a ring.
Wow, Shannon.
Wow.
Shannon with the...
So, it's a sold sign, like saying, this woman is mine, nobody touch her.
Okay, but she's not wrong. She's not wrong, that was the thing.
No, that's not what I...
George knew that he was weak by nature. When he'd been captivated by Shannon and had sworn to become an excellent man, he'd also sworn to throw away that weak part of himself. So even if he had to be blunt about it, he chose to answer a little roughly. He was sure that doing so would bolster and reassure Shannon.
No, that may be true. Sayo, I'll make you my wife. I won't give you to anyone else. I'll make you mine alone. So no one will lay a hand on you. That's what this ring is, without a doubt. Thank you very much, George-san. I'm truly happy.
Are you? Because you're doing one of those things where you say you're happy, but you're also crying a lot. Then, George-san, it was decided by fate that this engagement ring, that this promise could never be fulfilled. Would you still give it to me? Shannon tried to ask that, but she swallowed her words, because George had already spoken the answer. George had said it. He said that to him an engagement ring was infinitely similar to a wedding ring. Therefore, accepting George's ring had a significance far more sacred than a promise to marry.
So, I'll stop calling this an engagement ring. From now on, this isn't an engagement. It's a wedding ring. Is that really okay? Is it okay to, just proclaim that we're married without even God's blessing?
Yeah, turns out we made it up. Humans, we made it up. That's something we can determine what it means to get. And you don't even have to go down to the clerk's office. Doesn't matter. You don't have to do a ceremony or nothing. You can just be like, we married.
I'm here at the wedding and I see no God other than me.
I'm here at the wedding. And all around me, I don't see God. I don't see... There is... Sorry, I've been watching so much Tom Scott videos lately that it's started to infect my brain. Everywhere I look around me, everyone's wearing a red shirt and describing things very thoroughly.
It's enough to tell God, Father, and Mother about it afterwards. We'll tell them all that we've been married. No one will be able to undo it. George-san, I'm not saying this because of a momentary emotion. I'm not just looking at how you are now. I'm looking at the you of tomorrow, of the next day. I've become unstuck in time. I'm even gazing at you as you'll be in old age in the future as I say this. It's really confusing. And
I know, I wasn't really into Vonnegut, but there's something about Slaughterhouse-Five that really captured me.
You're always talking about that, George-san. About how you want to enjoy your old age slowly, surrounded by healthy children and grandchildren. Yeah, it would be a shame if I died within the next day or two of horrible witchcraft murder.
That's a really odd thing to say, George.
You know, just one of those worries that people have. Anyway, at that time, an older you will be beside me. That is what I expect. No, what I foresee. Yes. because that day will surely come. Will it surely come? Yes. Surely. Definitely. Totally. Definitely gonna come.
Dramatic irony is making me punch myself.
And this ring proves it without words.
Wait, no, that's just Beto reaching over and making me hit myself with my own arm. Stop that.
Stop hitting yourself.
Stop that, witch. Stop with this.
It's magic.
It's not magic. You're just grabbing my arm and then making me smack it across my face.
Magic.
Oh no.
Please, show me. Huh?
Did they forget to put like suntan lotion across their eyes? Because they're very red.
Here it is.
George, thinking he was told her the ring, hurriedly took out the ring box. Even though he had practiced so much, he hadn't been able to do it cool. But Shannon wasn't looking at that. In her straight and direct gaze were vague tears and a smile. She focused her eyes on George's eyes. No, on something she could see beyond his eyes.
Please, show me that future. Yeah, I'll show you. Surely. I promise it. And not just until old age. After we die, too. Even when we become spirits, we'll always, always be together. Even if that's really soon.
Shannon... Are you the one editing the script, Beato? That's not fair.
I made it better.
I like the idea that Beto's version of better is way too on the nose. I don't pick up on stuff like subtext unless you really make hammer at home, so it's... Shannon wiped away her tears and took the ring box. Inside was a diamond ring worthy of blessing the two of them. George said the line and he practiced over and over again inside his head.
I want you to put this ring on whatever finger you like, and have that be your answer. So by tomorrow morning...
You said the same thing last time. Shannon smiled and took the ring, and with a completely natural movement, put the ring finger on the ring finger of her left hand. It really had looked like such a natural, ordinary movement, and for a while George was stunned.
This is my answer, George-san. Shannon. No, Sayo. Even when we become spirits, we'll always, always be together, George-san. Even if that's like tomorrow.
There was no blessing from God, no pastor to witness, nothing. But the two who were married proclaimed it. Two souls were joined here today.
Aw, how sweet.
Get your hands off of them! Bedwitch! Bedwitch! Bed! No! Bed! Bedwitch! Bed!
You'd better enjoy it while it lasts. Sharpening stakes.
Would you let them have this moment? Oh, right, this is my line, not yours.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to read it, then realized I'm canon. Hold on.
I'm not canon.
That's correct, you're non-canon.
Oh no.
Nay, son, you're a fool.
Is that so?
Even though you're furniture. Even though you're furniture!
I'm not furniture. Not anymore.
Liar.
I'm Mrs. Furniture.
Why are you even fooling yourself? Even though you know you can never become human. Even though you can't become human unless you go to the Golden Land. Knowing that, why did you abandon the promise that would let you go there?
Oh, right. By accepting the ring, that promise with Beatrice-sama comes to nothing, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
From now on, I, you, George-sama, the master, and everyone else are under the same conditions. 13 people will be sacrificed, only 5 people will be invited to the Golden Land, and you rejected one of those places yourself.
That's odd. It looks like you're the one with regrets, Canon-kun.
You're the one with regrets, aren't you, Nasan? You got engaged, right? Even though you knew it was fate that would never be fulfilled.
Yes. I promised that we would always, always be together for eternity. So you know what? In that instant, our eternity was completed. Even if we become sacrifices, it's already completed. So, it's okay. Canon, you're the one who actually has regrets. We're furniture, right? We'll be freed no matter the result. So it doesn't matter whether we go to the Golden Land or not. And yet, you're set on going there. You want to become human no matter what, right?
Just like Detroit.
Why?
Because I want to become human. Just like Detroit. I've had enough of being furniture.
Why?
I wanted to fall in love too.
Well, you've got like a day or two. I'm sure we can arrange for something.
Tears were coming from Cannon's eyes, and he howled.
Ow!
I liked Milady. Oh, a wolf is my persona. This has been decided now and in this moment. Can I help you? You're doing the thing where you're being all happy and giggly and getting all like, mushing up against me.
That's what I do, okay?
Well, mush up closer to the microphone.
Oh, is that how it is?
After seeing Milady that day, I started liking her even more. When I heard that Milady also liked me, I was really happy. But I'm furniture and I can't accept Milady's feelings. My canon accent is not good right now because I am both very tired and very out of practice.
That's fine. I have a wicked sore throat, so I can't do any voice.
And yet, we make it happen anyway. This showing behind the two queer scenes.
You're wrong. We may be furniture, we may be less than human, but that doesn't mean that we aren't qualified to love.
I thought that if these feelings wouldn't ever come to anything, I'd be better off not having them. I just decided that eventually I'd disappear, and that it'd definitely hurt her. No, that's wrong. I was just frightened. I was afraid, thinking that any love that couldn't be eternal was best avoided.
Even though their lives last only a few weeks, cicadas fall in love and then vanish, but you'll never find a cicada that refused to fall in love simply because it'd end in a few weeks.
Ah, that sounds like a callback. Ah! It seemed that Cannon was still muttering his regrets, but by now it was all jumbled up with his sobs. That witch is detestable. Why did she plant these feelings in me? If only she hadn't pulled that bizarre prank, I would have never paid Milady any notice.
Beatrice-sama is detestable. To make you cry bitter tears, she played games with your fate, but I don't think things went as the witch expected. After all...
Steak time. Knowing love isn't a regret that ties you to life. It's the destination we're supposed to reach on our journey through life.
Firing up the grill for some steak.
Who's ready for steak?
And it's just the 7 steaks, but on a grill. Is it which time?
That might be soon. Well now, Cannon, that promise you worked so hard for has now come to nothing. Cackle. Do you want to this seems like
Sure.
Beatrice.
Well now, Canon, that promise you worked so hard for has now come to nothing.
Oh right, he gave her a toe job.
Very well then. With this, the conditions for all of the pieces are the same. There are 18 pieces.
19.
18.
19.
I'm a player, I'm not a piece.
But I'm also a player. Why am I a piece too?
Because there are no rules in Beato Ball.
But
13 will be offered as sacrifices. Who will the 5 survivors be?
I bet I'll survive all the way to the end for narrative convenience.
It's likely. Or else, will someone destroy this ceremony? Who? How?
Why are you talking in the game at the camera, but you're just also here? You're just showing off.
This isn't a chess problem. It's a game on an equal footing. I won't be cornering you one-sidedly. you'll be able to frantically escape my advances and force a tie, an invalid match. At any rate, I doubt you can manage more than repeating that over and over. And it probably won't be that difficult for you. However, this invalid match will continue forever, until it eventually wears down your mind and kills it. That is when you'll accept your defeat and surrender to me. There's a reason I said it was a game on an equal footing. That's because I talk about feet all the time. That's because rules from my loss.
You think it's just a gag, but she does.
That's because rules from my loss have also been established.
She bought a book on poetry because she heard it had feet in it.
There's nothing as boring as a game you can't lose, right? As for how to defeat me, that would be the epitaph that stands as an offering to my portrait. It's both the way to open the door to the Golden Land and the key to destroying my ceremony. I'll try to complete the ceremony in accordance with the epitaph. You'll try to solve the riddle of the epitaph, destroy the ceremony, and overthrow me. Solve the riddle hidden in the epitaph and expose the location of the vast sum of gold I gave Kinzo. What result will this game show us? I'm expecting a good fight, okay? Entertain me, Ushiromiya Battler!
Why did you draw out my name like that? It does not have that many E's. Wait, where the fuck is she? In
Went
a
to church.
Went to church?
Nah,
There it is.
I have no objections. Not seeing I acknowledge it.
Ugh. I can't believe it, and I don't want to, but this is the truth, isn't it?
Natsui, choose your words more carefully. She's this family's most honored guest.
I also acknowledge it. Can't argue back.
What the fuck happened? That caused them all to acknowledge it like this.
Yes, I acknowledge it as well. I have absolutely no complaints. Can't believe you actually. You have my honest respect.
Me too. Incredible. I genuinely respect you, so I have to acknowledge it.
Nah, I acknowledge it too. Still can't believe it. Still, what can I do? You've proven devils. It's your victory.
The devil's proof was once a convenient excuse you used to deal with unprovable facts, but now it's become your mortal enemy, has it not? Hey, Battler, I'm gonna fuck your dad.
That's weird! Why would you
I
tell
know,
me?
right?
I mean, he's his own person. That's, I mean, like, whatever happens, but you don't have to tell me about it.
I know, I don't,
weird.
and yet I did. It's gonna happen. I'm your new mom. Why would you phrase it like that? Why?
Also, I noticed that little gag you snuck in there. That I noticed it.
I don't know what you mean.
I know. No one else will know what it's from, but I noticed it. I want you to know that I noticed it, and I love you.
I love you.
Don't torture me, mighty witch. I've already acknowledged you. I resign.
But can I, like, torture you a little?
No.
Okay. Kyrie, do you still have objections? I must have everyone in agreement. If you alone will not acknowledge my existence...
The witch laughed boldly. The siblings started getting frantic. They were afraid of displeasing the witch. Kyrie lightly closed her eyes, and after keeping silent for a while, opened her mouth. My apologies. I resign. Only Kyrie had faced the witch with stern eyes until the end. However, this had only resulted in her refusing to accept the truth for a short time. The truth, the being that was before her eyes, couldn't be denied. Devils had already been proven. I also acknowledge it. You are Beatrice, the Ushiromiya family alchemist, and a user of great magic. I must acknowledge the fact that you are a witch.
Hey, Battler, I'm also gonna fuck your mom.
No! Does that make you my double mom?
I know, right? I'm your mom and your dad now.
Stop this. So what did she do to... So we're just gonna, I guess, we're gonna gloss over it, but she did something that proved to them indisputably that she was a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, taking our time with this one. Lots of mood setting. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. No, keep it here like another couple seconds longer. No, too early. Maybe a little more. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And go ahead.
Nope.
Shit, could you imagine if I had gotten that right, though?
Yeah.
Nah. Huh.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know why that was necessary to do.
Ah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ooh.
Damn, they just really wanted to get this cutscene, huh? Just really gonna...
Why did she have a Christmas bow on her head?
Why not? Why not? Oh, it's time. We're moving forward to like what? 6? Nice. That wasn't long enough, so we're gonna do another. That's my new song.
Okay.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Dawn of the second day.
Excellent. So, place your bets now. Who died?
Everybody.
What is that sound that always fills my ears? Is it the sound of rain? Sound of a waterfall? Or it could be radio static? If not, I want it to be the sound of blood flowing through my body.
How about out of?
No, in. I want it to be the sound of the blood circulating throughout me, telling me that I'm still alive.
For now.
Kenzo! We didn't see what he was up to. We know he lived the first night, but we didn't see what he was up to after that.
N. Is it morning?
Oh my god. I remember playing N. N was a lot of fun. The light entering through a crack in the curtain was faint, but it at least told him that dawn had broken.
Fuck, now I'll have to go fix it.
I don't know why those jokes are always so funny to me. They very much are. Kenzo, still in the position he'd been in when he woke up, still sitting in a chair and looking up at the ceiling, felt the blood slowly travel throughout his body. Judging by the clock, it was early morning, 6 o'clock on the dot. No matter how tired he was, no matter how deeply he slept, he always woke up at exactly this time, as though he had measured it with an hourglass. He didn't think of this as something to boast about, but he told himself that, as long as he could still manage this, his health couldn't be that bad.
Morning has come, which means...
So have I.
It would appear I've avoided becoming one of the first sacrifices. Was I merely lucky when the roulette was spun, or is this the fruit of my efforts? How irritating that I cannot tell the difference, but I mustn't be bothered by such trivialities.
Kenzo was struck by a faint desire to see beyond the study door. After all, he might find traces of someone's vain struggle to break through the door. a sign that someone had tried to select him as one of the first 6 sacrifices.
Humans are cheap creatures. Even though everything is ultimately decided by God, when humans are given good fortune, they arrogantly feel it was due to their own ability.
That's why he wanted to check whether there was a wretched mark on the door. The very desire was human. That's why Kinzo did not check. This
Smart.
is different. I bet that's what happened in the first one.
He checked.
He checked. Yep. And nothing. We were coming up with theories as to how Beato might have gotten him out of there. Like, just knocking on the door and be like, hey, it's Beato.
Yeah, it's me.
And just, no. He wanted to know. Wow, that's so simple. Huh. He often rejected desires that came to him because he was human. By doing that, he could be immersed in a feeling of sufficiency, as though he himself had become a being that surpassed humans. He recognized humans' desires for what they were, and guarded against them. Things that a human would not want to do. That a human would want to do, he resisted. This eccentricity and rebellious nature had surely given him a rare genius, making it possible for him to succeed in his exploits, and as he reviewed the Ushiromiya family revived the Ushiromiya family in a single generation. Good God, I feel like I'm not bringing my A game today. I'm sorry.
Well then, Beatrice, what were the 6 pieces you took? And what will your next move be? Entertain me. My defense is perfect. I will not shame myself like last time.
It sounds like he's talking about the last game, but I think he's talking about the previous time he met her. But it sounds like it could also be the last time.
Could be.
If people really do know it's looping, then how many do?
I don't know.
The servants woke early. They had to open the curtains, prepare breakfast, and complete various other tasks to welcome the guests to a new day.
Maria definitely knows it's looping, because Beato would have filled her in immediately, and Maria would have been like, so we're in a time loop and you killed us all. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Goto was the most enthusiastic. During the family conference, he had been told to concentrate his efforts especially on cooking. And he'd been specially exempted from several tasks that servants normally must do. Goto, who was a show-off, seemed to be feeling particularly superior because of that. He let Genji and the rest prepare the rest of the mansion and worked on making breakfast in the kitchen. Genji split the work with Shannon and Cannon, and they carried out various tasks. Oh! All of the servants are... Okay. Shannon headed to the dining hall and knocked. Last year, the family conference had continued into the wee hours of the morning. Wouldn't have been odd this year if this year's conference had been the same. Considering the possibility that they were still having a discussion inside, she knocked. But there was no response, so she opened the door and said good morning.
Good morning.
But no one... But no one came.
Is anyone there?
The room was cold, and the conference seemed to have ended a long time before. There was tea set on the table from which they'd probably been drinking, arranged in a way that would make it easy to clean up. Cleaning up the tea was the servant's job. If family members were extra generous and cleaned it up themselves, the servants would lose face. So it was a truly pleasant act of kindness for the family to do only this much. As she approached the table to clean it, she noticed something like a memo that had been left near the utensils and cups. Since it was right next to the tea set, Shannon picked it up, naturally thinking it was a memo for the servant doing the cleaning. Written there was not a request, nor was it thanks for preparing the tea. It was just a single word. Shannon looked at it blankly and read it aloud. Chapel.
Huh?
Did we know there was a chapel on this island?
I don't think we did.
Probably could have guessed, but I don't think it was ever established. The small sound kept repeating over and over.
Kinzo built a church so he could not go to it.
There you go. Normally that sound would have been too trivial to be worth caring about. If only I could stop hearing it soon. I could go back to sleep right away, she thought vaguely. But no matter how much time passed, the sound did not end. It repeated over and over. Shut up! Who is it? Banging on the door this whole time. As soon as she realized that, she woke up. Someone was knocking. Then she noticed that it wasn't just a knock, but a voice as well.
I don't know who's talking.
Rosazama, good morning.
Wait, I'm coming now.
It had been Genji's voice.
Wait,
Excuse
I'm
me.
coming now.
Excuse me. Oh, I will leave you be then.
Thank you.
Looking at the clock, it wasn't even 7 yet. Clearly too early to wake the guests. Did something happen that was bad enough to cause this? She felt her sleepiness increasingly fade thanks to this premonition of misfortune. Though Genji was a servant, Rosa had known him since her childhood days, so even though she was slightly defenseless in her pajamas, she opened the door crack and answered.
Do we get to see Rose's jammies?
Good morning. I apologize for waking you this early.
Did something happen?
Yes. Actually, at the chapel. Rosa probably already knows, though.
I wonder. We don't know what happened.
I have a guess. It's probably all the adults save Rosa. Got sacrificed. Genji whispered something into Rosa's ear. For a second, it seemed Rosa couldn't understand what she'd been told. After having it repeated several times, she realized that apparently something strange had happened. Rosa closed her door for a second, changed her clothes quickly, and followed Genji towards the mansion. The chapel requires some explanation. It wasn't in the mansion, but in a grove behind it, a short walk's distance away. Been built at the same time as the mansion, so though its walls had been repaired many times, making it look new from the outside, it was a very old building. Rosa dashed through the rain along with Genji. Just like the previous night, the rain was falling in earnest. Did anyone ever mention the chapel?
No, I think that's new information for us. And I think that's why they're giving us the exposition.
But it'd be weird if... I could have sworn at some point they had mentioned on the previous go-around that, like, the only things on the island were the guest house and the mansion and a shed. Am I making that up?
I don't remember that.
I could have sworn they... Oh, right. Well, whatever. Eventually, the chapel came into sight from beyond the thin grove. Just looking at it from the outside, it seemed a place of dazzling beauty where a pair of young lovers might want to get married. Oh. However, Kinzo apparently viewed it as a very sacred place, so Rosa and her siblings have been given strict instructions not to approach it unnecessarily. Even though they were all grown up now, approaching the chapel for any reason would still make them feel guilty, and also afraid as if their father might get angry at them and hit them in the face. The servants' silhouettes could be seen in front of the chapel's entrance. Goda, Shannon, and Cannon. Which meant that all the servants on the morning shift had gathered. A short while ago, Genji had spoken to Rosa, telling her what the situation was. However, without laying eyes on it directly, she definitely hadn't been able to understand. Probably the same for all the servants gathered here as well. Without seeing it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have been able to understand what was going on. Good to know. On the door at the entrance to the chapel, something very large, drawn with a creepy, stringy paint that made one think of blood. Something like a creepy magic circle.
What is this?
Rosa, you were there last night. You know.
Was she? We don't know.
Yeah, no, we did. Absolutely.
Oh, we did see them in the
Just
chapel.
a few-
but we
yeah.
don't know that she knows about this part. This is what's odd. She woke up in her bed. Everybody else seems to have vanished and just left a note.
Ah, gotcha.
Does she know what's going on or not? We don't know.
Okay. Maybe she doesn't know exactly, but I have a feeling she could work out.
When was it drawn here?
The servants looked at each other. Goda was the first to open his mouth. My apologies. We don't usually I give him more round voice than I. We don't usually enter this building, so we don't know when it was made. No, I don't remember what Goda voice is.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Then, who was the first person to find it? It was me. When I went to the dining hall to clean up the tea set, I found a memo with chapel written on it.
Shannon held out the memo with a shaking hand.
Whose handwriting is this? It isn't Nissan's or Nasan's. So, after that, you came here and found this, right? Yes.
Rosa-sama, look at this.
What? Happy Halloween, or... what?
Cannon pointed at a single line of English written below the creepy magic circle. Until it had been pointed out to her, she thought it was just another part of the magic circle. There, the following words were written in English. Happy Halloween for Maria.
Ooh, happy Halloween to you too.
Happy Halloween for Maria. This creepy magic circle was for Maria. Happy Halloween. Yesterday, only one person had said Happy Halloween to Maria. The key phrase matched. It was the Golden Witch, Beatrice.
Maria must be fucking stoked.
Right?
Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
What about Maria? She should be sleeping with her cousins, right? Did you check?
My apologies. We just now realized that Maria Sama's name was written here. We still have not checked. Quickly.
What are you doing? I'll go check on Maria and come back. Tell Kraus, Nissan, and the rest too. After that, follow their instructions.
After saying that much, Rosa finally noticed that something was odd. Her own rank in this family conference was the lowest of the 4 siblings. Why had she been the only one called during an abnormal situation like this when the other siblings hadn't? Even if Maria's name had popped up.
Could it be? Huh? What?
Yes, we tried to contact Kraus-sama, but we couldn't find him.
And Madam was not in her room. Judging by the condition of the sheets, she might not have returned to her bed at all last night.
Rosa felt something creepy, crawling slowly up her back.
Did you check inside the chapel?
No, not yet. We tried, but
Actually, the lock to the chapel is special, so the master key will not work. There's a single key that can open it, but that key is missing from the key box.
Of course, the same thing. Well, break a window! Look at how many windows that thing has. She didn't want to get closer to the door with the creepy magic circle if she could. Rosa readied herself and approached, then tried pushing and pulling the doorknob. All she felt was the resistance of the sturdy lock. We searched to see if there was a window we could enter through, but I think we'd have to break one of the windows if we wanted to check inside. What do you think?
There's no way I can give you approval to do something like that. This is Father's precious chapel.
At that time, the events of the previous day swirled around in the back of Rosa's mind. That's right, when I met that witch in the rose garden, didn't she hand Maria an envelope? Yeah, there's no mistake, she did hand it over. When Maria had tried to open it, the witch told her not to do it yet, and she surely said, the time to open that will come soon. Rosa was sure. There could be no mistake. The envelope Maria had received was... Didn't she read it aloud to the other folks at the table? No? After dashing back to the guest house, Rosa approached the cousin room while hiding her footsteps.
Whoa.
Oh! Hold on. Keep talking.
Talking?
There you go. There, see? All good. Softly opened the door and peered inside. Look at that, natural, like nothing happened. From the inside, she could hear the healthy snores typical of young people. There were 4 children. And Maria was there, sleeping soundly. Breathing a sigh of relief, she entered the room with quiet footsteps. She was after Maria's handbag, which was resting on the sofa. Maria always liked carrying her treasures around with her. She was probably emulating how her mother always carried her makeup with her. Of course, she was just imitating her mother, so everything on the inside was junk. In Maria's case, it was full of small, creepy occult items, notebooks describing things of that nature, and so on. Rosa had never been happy to see her daughter walking around with things like that, which weren't girlish at all. However, trying to force Maria to stop had resulted in a big fight, so she decided to let it be.
Here. This is it.
A western envelope with the crest of the gold eagle. She took it out of the bag. She realized there was a heavy, vaguely cylindrical object inside. She could tell by its feel and weight. There was no doubt. This was a key.
Oh, fuck.
Turning around and checking that Maria was still sound asleep, Rosa tore open the envelope, and the contents spilled out into her palm. It was a key with an old and intricate design. Rosa gripped that key and dashed out. Fowler seemed to have noticed that sound, but after grumbling and turning over in his sleep, he started snoring again. Listen, my getting up early is not going to change the fact that 6 people died. Okay?
Genji-san, could this key be the key to the chapel?
Where did you? Yes. This is the key to the chapel. Rosa approached the creepy magic circle once again and put the key in the keyhole. There was strong resistance. After it resisted for a short while, it stopped resisting with a clunk. Then a squeaking noise with that hurt one's ears. It slowly began to open. To your line.
Is anyone there?
Her voice reverberated throughout the massive room. Of course, there was no answer. Chapel had a high ceiling and the air was cold. Even on this rainy, unsettling day, it felt sacred for some reason. The servants timidly followed after Rosa. Reza-sama, look at that! Kennen noticed it immediately and pointed. Over there was the altar. And the place that would normally have a pastor preaching of God's love. There was a table that shouldn't have been there. At first it looked like a dining table. There were actually gorgeous plates and utensils placed there, making it look like a child's birthday party or something. Upon closer inspection, the surrounding area had been decorated with pumpkins and black and orange ribbons. They were probably Halloween decorations. And there were people seated at the table. 3 people on each side facing each other, seated in chairs. They could be recognized at a glance. Kraus and his wife, Ava and her husband, and Rudolph and his wife. But if you wanted to be sure, you'd still have to go closer to check, because it seemed almost like dolls. Rosa and the rest had opened the door, entered all at once with the sound of many footsteps, and called out, asking if anyone was there. And yet there had been no reaction. Even if Rosa and the rest had assumed they were being ignored, hello, you'd still expect there to be some kind of reaction. And there hadn't even been that. So at first it felt like someone had set down some dolls that greatly resembled those people. By now it wasn't just Rosa. Shannon and Cannon and even Goda. They were all fighting frantically with the creepy emotion that grasped at their hearts.
Nissan? Nason?
She walked towards the altar. She called out again, but there was still no reaction. Yeah, by now, Rosa was sure of it. She was sure these weren't dolls, but the people themselves.
This is...
They grew close enough to see clearly what lay on the table. It still looked like an adorable banquet reminiscent of a child's birthday party. Plates piled up with sweets, cute pitchers with drinks, all kinds of pumpkin-shaped ornaments. They were all decorated in a Halloween style. And while this probably wasn't the time to be thinking it, Maria surely would have been delighted to see all this.
Ooh.
10 out of 10.
That was the state of the table they sat in front of, apparently asleep. It was an eerie scene, as though a small, fun-looking Halloween party had stopped in time.
They're all sleeping?
When she approached even closer to them, she realized that there were snacks scattered all over the floor. Candies, cookies, soda, and chocolates, all with heavy fantasy-themed packaging. They were all scattered across the carpet, covered with blackberry and cranberry jam. Rosa and the rest finally realized what the situation was. It was a Halloween party, a banquet for those not of this world. Kraus, Natsuhi, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, and Kyrie were seated in chairs, apparently asleep, but all dead. How could you tell that they were dead and simply not sleeping? That was because they had been vertically sliced open from their chests to their stomachs. Oof!
Grouse-sama. Hi!
Kraus-sama. Hi! Hi, Kraus. How cruel. The 6 of them had sat down at a Halloween party before having their stomachs split open, killing them. The jam covering the floor must be what overflowed from their stomachs once they'd stuffed themselves completely, right? No! The contents of their stomachs had been scattered all over the floor. And that wasn't all. Out of their stomachs, it was almost as though they'd poured out. As though snacks had overflowed from there. Candies and cookies, soda, and chocolates had poured out, stained with blood, and had scattered across the floor. What could have happened to cause this? It's almost as though their stomachs were stuffed full to bursting with sweets, and it all poured out when their stomachs split open.
Pretty cool murder, huh?
I've seen better.
Rosa remembered a certain shocking meal A turkey that had been served at her own birthday. When it had been cut open with a knife, out flowed one of her favorite foods. But since she hadn't been told what was inside, the deep red ketchup omelet rice poured out like bloody maggots. Pulsing, dripping, slimy, pulpy, squelching. Yeah, that would be it. The trauma of her youth was revived. Rosa felt a monster raging inside her stomach as the acid started to rise. Unable to hold back, she threw it all up on the floor. Her empty stomach had nothing but stomach acid. The scene in front of her was no fun Halloween party now. The three couples were enshrined right there, their stomachs vertically wrenched open with a... What? So many snacks had been stuffed in there, pulpy, squishy. Blood and guts and sweets were overflowing onto the floor. Blood-stained, sticky, sloppy, pulpy sweet snacks that made your fingers stick together. Gummy, yeah, but stained with entrails, sloppy, pulpy. What was that I stepped on just now? That didn't feel like a candy or cookie or soda or chocolate. Ugh, I'm scared. What did I step on? I can't even look around at the bottom of my foot. What a gruesome Halloween party. From far away, it looked truly beautiful, fantastical, and fun. But from up close, it was horrible, disgusting, and yet somehow still beautiful. Rosa's wild thoughts tried as best they could to escape her throat with a loud voice that I clicked by too quickly. That was neither a scream nor a roar. Crosama.
This is horrible. Just horrible.
Call an ambulance! Call the police!
That's right, the police. Police.
The words so tied to reality hadn't come out of Goda's mouth. Rosa and the rest would probably have found themselves unable to escape that nightmarish party even now. But it wasn't because they thought the police might have been able to do something. They didn't keep yelling about the police. It felt as though another seat set up at this demon's table might be set up at this demon's party and given to them. Their own chests felt like they were expanding unpleasantly from the inside, rumbling, churning, and it was surely because candy was about to overflow from their stomachs. Rosa, once again tortured by the desire to vomit, threw her acid up on the floor. And then she searched to see if there was any candy in it.
Anyway.
Jesus, this is actually fucked. Rosa coughed violently again, forcefully spitting out the stomach acid that had been burning in her throat. She realized that by now her whole body had been covered in a filthy sweat.
Genji-san, Shannon-chan, please contact father and ask for instructions. Goda-san, go with Kanon-kun and call the police. Then have Dr. Nanjo come here.
Why even bring Dr. Nanjo here? It's a bit too late for medical care. The servants accepted their orders and dashed outside. After watching them leave, Rosa once again stared at her siblings, with whom she'd spent good times and bad, and their partners. Though there could be nothing more tragic than this scene, for some reason she was tempted to describe these fantastical deaths as beautiful.
So, how have the portraits changed?
I don't want to know.
I do want to know.
Okay. Hold on. We'll look at the portraits. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
His corpse was found in the chapel. The direct cause of death is unknown, but it seems his stomach was cut open and his intestines pulled out after his death. On top of that, sweets and candies were packed into his stomach. Welcome, Maria. Happy Halloween.
Okay, so it was arranged. Okay, I thought that she had somehow actually caused it to burst from inside like that.
Maybe.
But
her corpse was found in the chapel.
Say,
didn't I tell you? Stomachs are packed full of candy. Everyone has a stomach filled with sweet dreams. Why would there be anything filthy inside someone's stomach? This is why we want to be as sweet and innocent as candy. And so, I give you the land of dreams. Happy Halloween.
God damn it.
Oh, Beato never change.
Yeah.
Has Beato's description changed? No.
No, she's still here.
Her socks. I just noticed her socks.
What about her socks? Oh, yeah,
the striped thigh highs.
Oh, my... Beato's trans confirmed?
Yeah.
Confirmed?
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah, it must be true. It must be true.
There's no way it couldn't be true. They aren't here. Where'd they go?
The servant room and the kitchen are both empty.
What is this face supposed to be? Okay. Thank you. That explains it clearly for the audience listening in on the microphone.
I made the face. They can hear it. What in the world happened?
Mama, where's Mama? My letter. The letter I got from Beto. Give it back. Give it back. Wow.
Perplexing. Battler-kun, are you sure it was Aunt Rosa?
Well, even I was half asleep, so I'm not too sure, but I get the feeling that in the early morning, Aunt Rosa came in and fished around in Maria's handbag. Figured there was probably tube of toothpaste or something in there. I love Battler's shit-eating grin. It's so good.
Why would there be a tube of toothpaste in Maria's handbag? Looks like you were a little more than half asleep. But there's a tube of toothpaste in my handbag. Is that weird? Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. It's weird for Maria.
Does she not brush her teeth?
She doesn't keep her toothpaste in her tooth bag. And her tooth bag. Jesus.
Okay.
At this point, it is revealed that SK has been half asleep the entire time we've recorded this episode.
I want to hear more about Maria's tooth bag.
No. Battler vaguely remembered Rosa entering the cousin room. Also, when Maria woke up before the rest of them, she started rampaging around, saying that someone had opened the envelope she'd been keeping safe. Putting two and two together, they figured that Rosa had probably come and opened the envelope.
Would you like to wake up with a vial of coffee?
Oh my god, I would love a vial of coffee right about now.
Okay.
Oh my god. Hold on. She's actually going to get a vial of coffee. But that's your vial of coffee. I don't want to take your special vial of coffee.
Going to share it.
Okay, she says we're going to share it. That's fine.
It comes in a vial.
It comes in a vial. That's fine then.
Want to know how it is?
Yes.
Vial.
It's chilled espresso, right? This episode brought to you by Brio Flash Chilled Espresso. It's okay. Still don't like chilled coffee. But, to each their own.
It's my health potion.
It's not a health potion.
It's my health potion.
It's probably a stamina potion, if anything.
It's my stamina potion. My stamina went up.
Okay.
A letter from the Golden Witch. I wonder what was inside. I don't know. But that envelope was for grandfather's personal use, and it had the Ushiromiya family crest on it. Whatever was inside it must have had some connection to the family conference.
She hadn't let anyone touch it, but yesterday Maria had shown the envelope off to Battler and the rest, a whole lot. So they remembered it well.
Ew, Mama, give it back. Mama, give it back. Ew, wow.
It just occurred to me that Maria must be very annoying as a 9-year-old.
You don't say.
The thing is, I keep forgetting she's 9. And then I just remember it, and I'm like, this is not... Come on, Maria. Well, if you're right, it'd have to be pretty important.
Wait, was Maria meant to find that? Is it coincidence that Rosa put it together and was the one to find it?
I don't think Maria was... Maybe Maria was the one to find it, yeah. Well, then, if Maria was the one to find it, then why was the note for Chapel left in the...
I don't know, maybe Beato figured everyone would wake up and talk about it, and then Maria would reveal it.
No, but the note for Chapel wasn't Maria's note.
No, but I mean the key.
Oh, the key.
Maria was given the key to this horrible spectacle, which says Happy Halloween, Maria, on the outside of it. Is it just coincidence that Rosa and the servants found it, rather than Maria?
I'm trying to think of any scenario where Maria finds it on her own, not surrounded by people.
Don't necessarily... Oh, that's bitter. Would you like more?
It's coffee. Of course it's bitter. It's so tiny. It's like, how many ounces is this thing? Please,
Enough.
2 fluid ounces.
2 ounces of espresso in a tiny vial. I'm going to keep the vial.
Okay.
Do we have a funnel?
What?
I need a funnel so I can refill the vial with coffee.
Oh my god. Please tell me you didn't spend a lot of money on that.
$3.
That's a lot of money. Oh my god.
I'm only going to drink coffee like this now. You'll have to get used to it. God damn it.
Why would this mighty witch give something of that important to Maria? I don't get it. Every once in a while, the refreshing morning atmosphere was completely wiped out by the sound of thunder. It was only natural. Since the moment they'd woken up, they hadn't met anyone else. It felt like they were only left as if the mansion had become an empty husk.
Hey, anyone there? Answer me.
Jessica called out into the hallway, and eventually an answer came back. It came from the entrance hall.
I can hear you. Wait, who is that?
Oh, okay.
It was Dr. Nanjo.
Oh,
Sorry, my voice got weird.
It's Dr. Nanjo. Thank goodness. I'm sure he can fix everything. It looks like everyone but us hasn't disappeared from this island after all. That's a good face.
that's a very good face.
Jessica's morning face.
Oh, it's still a good face.
But it's better in the old one significantly.
It's much better.
She looks like she's not fully awake yet.
Yep.
Dr. Nanjo, good morning. Sorry, but do you know where our parents went?
Damn it. I only just woke up and came here with you, sir. I have no way of knowing for sure, but let us start.
It was only natural. Nanjo was a guest just like the rest of them. He'd come just now to pass the time in the parlor until breakfast. Oh, you were delabeling that. That's what that noise was for the past couple minutes. Okay.
I have a vial now.
We could pause the episode if you want.
No.
Okay.
Dr. Nanjo, Mama took it. Mama took my letter. Give it back. Give it back. Ooh, woo, woo, woo.
Just toss it in the garbage. Maria buried her face in Nanjo's plump stomach, sobbing and crying. Nanjo could do nothing but be bewildered by this ruckus so early in the morning. Ah, someone's running this way. Jessica, someone's coming. I don't know why I'm telling you, Jessica. From down the hall, they could sense people running hurriedly. They saw Goat and Cannon coming towards them. Normally, it would be disgraceful for a servant to run inside the mansion, and yet Battler and the rest didn't even think to question that now. Maria's sobbing had become so unmanageable they wanted to ask anyone where Rosa was. But the two servants seemed to have bigger things on their minds than Jessica, who was waving at them. Goda flew into the servant room.
He can fly?
It's a metaphorical fly, isn't it?
No, it's not. I saw it. Beto put on cheat codes. Stop it. No flying around. We're doing this fair and square. Bad, Beto. Bad. Okay, you can put on big head mode, but that's it.
Goda flew into the servant room, and when Cannon noticed that Nanjo was there, he bowed and approached the doctor at a quick pace before whispering something into his ear.
What did you say? Rosa-san did.
Yes, sir. I will guide you, so please accompany me.
Understood?
I found it. I found Cannon voice again.
This way.
Without saying anything more than that, Cannon finally noticed Jessica and bowed to her, but he wasn't calm. He dashed back down the corridor by which he had come, followed by Nanjo. Looking at how hurried they were, Battler and the rest realized that yes, something bad really had happened. They saw Goda through the door to the servant room, which had been flung open. He was holding the receiver and violently pressing the hook. From that, they realized that he was trying to call a hospital, or the police. In any event, he was trying to call someone because a serious emergency had occurred. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
I want to see a dead body.
You're in luck, Maria.
Mama, give it back. Give back my letter. Mama, give it back. It's an invitation to the Golden Land.
Didn't know what, but something was happening. Battler and the rest had chased after Cannon and Nanjo. Ah, and then we realized. Cannon-kun had called Dr. Nanjo, but he hadn't called us, so we shouldn't have gone with them. Wonder if Alice regretted her excess curiosity when she chased after that rabbit holding a clock. Oh, we got the Alice in Wonderland illusion. It's official. It's a work of literature now.
It's canon.
No, Cannon isn't the one that made it. Remember, every good work of literature has to have an Alice illusion. Because that's the only book the only book worth alerting to.
Yep. So it is.
I apparently can't do vowels right now. I'm just gonna replace every vowel with a schwa now.
Okay. Anyway.
Na, Nyamanka, and...
Sure. Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, mustn't look. Jessica Chan. It's amazing how much of it still sounds right, even with schwas in, right?
Yeah, vowels are optional.
Nah.
Yeah. No! Mother! Father! What happened? Ah!
Yeah, that's not how you pronounce it.
What the hell is this? This goes way beyond bad taste. Isn't taking someone's life bad enough? What the hell is this? Going to all the trouble after they died of sitting them on chairs, slicing their stomachs and pulling their entrails out? You went to all the trouble of stuffing their stomachs full of sweets?
Jesus Christ, Beato.
Why the hell would you do something so fucked up? Damn it, damn it! Nice job, you bastard. Just great, just great. Yeah.
That would be best of
Yeah,
everyone.
pretty nice job, right?
No! It's fucked! It's one thing to kill someone in a ritualistic manner, and it's another to fucking stage their bodies!
It's more fun for everyone this way.
It's not fun! It's gonna be fucked up when Maria walks in and is like, oh yay, Halloween party.
She'll love it.
It's gonna be weird that she will.
Or best if everyone went outside. They certainly wouldn't want you all to see them like this.
Nandro told the children to go outside, but no one listened.
Orishan, please tell them. If they keep looking at something like this, it will do nothing but harm.
Rosa regretted her own carelessness. She should have realized that the children would eventually come here. She should have quickly locked up instead of standing around stunned. So the children had come here. They had seen it. Surely at this very moment they were having a sight burned into their eyes that was far more grotesque than the shocking meal Rosa had witnessed in her youth. While she hugged Maria, who seemed to be too shocked to show any emotion at this gruesome scene, Rosa cried for them and their parents, their poor groaning and crying voices. Their sadness continued to echo in a place that should have known God's love. You piece of crap! Again? Another one of these murders? And this time you made it all elaborate, killing them like it's a total joke!
I mean, it is, right? Right?
It's no!
Maybe someone will need to explain this humor thing to me again.
No! You know what? No. Bernie, go ahead, explain it. So it's like... You have to make something really tragic, and then just wait a little bit.
Okay.
Comedy is tragedy plus time.
Okay.
But they didn't say how long the time was, so... No! Stop it, Bernie! Oh, sorry.
I was rather hoping you'd thank me, not cry out in grief.
Thank you? Did you say I should thank you, you old bitch? Damn it, if there's something wrong with your ears, I'll cut them both off so you can hear better.
See, now you're thinking like a witch.
Why should I... God damn it.
It's working.
Why should I have to say that insane way of killing and say, oh, thank you very much, Major Summel, to beat your brains out?
In the last game,
Oh, God.
you lamented the fact that you couldn't see your parents' faces after they died. Yes?
Hold on. No, I wanted to see. There it is. There it is. God, Battler's face does not look good in the new image. Yeah.
Crying Battler, cackling Beato, the best meme format.
Why isn't that a meme format?
So this time, I left them. Didn't touch them. Take a good look, for without a doubt, your father and the rest have been killed.
Right, because last time it was like, we haven't seen their faces, we don't know, maybe it could be some other bot. Right.
Didn't touch the face. The faces are good, yes, yes.
Really? What a nice treat. I'm so fucking happy. I swore I'd pull your face after I choked the life out of you, but now I'll take that back now. I'll rip out your guts instead.
Do it.
God, what is that, Fate? I see.
Don't give in to emotion. Don't stop thinking. My game has already begun, right? I decided to leave you neat and tidy corpses this time. Do you know why? When you denied my existence in the last game, you used this line of thinking. Their faces were crushed, so the identity of the corpses can't be confirmed. Therefore, we can't eliminate the possibility that fake corpses were prepared to create an alibi. Unless that possibility is denied, a human culprit theory can still be built.
What you say?
So, Battler, is it okay to leave the examination of the corpses to Nanjo? Isn't it traditional in mystery novels for the doctor who performs such examinations to be an accomplice? And don't leave the examination to him. Do it yourself. DIY, am I right?
Oh my god! You were so fucked!
Make completely sure that without a doubt, the 6 corpses are the 6 people they're supposed to be. That they really, really are dead, not just pretending. If you wish to confirm that your father and mother have been killed by having their stomachs cut open and their entrails pulled out, you'd better stick your hand inside their stomachs and feel around.
Oh, why are you like this, Beato? I won't. Oh wait, no, I'm back to in-game now. I won't cry. Damn it, I won't cry. Battler suddenly yelled. His tears were still dripping down, but as though scolding himself for being a sissy, he slapped his face hard several times with both hands. Even so, the tears still wouldn't stop. However, he felt a hot blaze in both his eyes. Whoever's responsible for this piece of work, I'll make them pay back their debt completely. So this isn't the time to cry. I've got to think about what to do. This is all useless. You've got enough time to cry, then think. This is no time to let yourself cry. Rather than genuine anger, it was more of an evasive anger to blot out his sadness. However, it gave little courage to George and Jessica, who'd been crushed by the sadness.
That's right. Even if we cry, it won't change the reality of what has happened. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Then what should we do? What should I do for Mom and Dad's sakes?
Rosa-sama, I've returned.
Goda-san, what happened with the police? What did they say to do? Did they say when they think they'll be able to get here?
After that, it seems the phones have broken down. I also tried the emergency wireless, but maybe it's the weather, but that isn't working either.
What did you say? So we can't contact the police. It's that person. They did something to the phone line, made it so we can't reach the cops.
When she heard that the phones had broken down, Jessica immediately decided it was the work of that mysterious guest. Her eyes were bright red after so much crying, and they began to grow even redder with rage.
God, there's no need to talk about it, right? I understand everything. That's right, I get it. Who killed Dad and Mom? It's obviously her. It's gotta be that witch or whatever who came yesterday.
No, not a witch, Jessica. Not a witch. It's very important.
She's a witch, and I'm gonna grab her by the collar. I'm gonna knock her loose. Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Will she be tumbling through ointment in a minute?
I'm gonna hit her with a tennis racket.
I'm
gonna fax her 3 pages all in a row. Jessica-chan, wait. Goda-san, Kanon-kun, go.
I'm not a Pokemon, but yes, ma'am.
I choose you.
Milady, wait. Covering her uncontrollable sadness with anger, Jessica ran outside, torn apart by emotion. Thinking about it hastily, maybe the mystery guest who'd arrived yesterday, Beatrice, was suspicious. However, in that instant, there was absolutely no proof that she was the culprit. At this moment, she's just another guest, no more, no less. So Rosa, making an adult decision, was forced to stop Jessica in her harsh rampage. Goda and Kanon picked up on this immediately and chased after her.
Could the guest that no one invited, Beatrice, be the culprit?
I understand how Jessica feels. I wish I could think that too. It doesn't matter who, I want someone to be the culprit so I can bash them right in the face. For that, we need a clear understanding of what's going on. Who is this Beatrice? I haven't seen her face!
You're looking for her face. It decorates the big portrait in front of the mansion. Still remember after looking at it for so long? Yeah.
Come on, Maria. What's so funny in a situation like this?
Beatrice is a witch, and the ceremony to open the door to the Golden Land has finally begun. Those 6 people are sacrifices. Yeah. Come on, let us begin the witch's banquet. Tonight's Halloween, so another witch will gather to celebrate. Oh look, they left us chocolate. Just get out of that. No, what are you doing, Maria? What are you It's okay, they're wrapped. None of the entrails are going to be on the candy. It's fine.
Happily eating candy out of her dead uncle's stomach.
It's in a wrapper.
It's in a wrapper.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
What is wrong with you people?
It's like none of you have been to a Halloween party. They're all like this.
Maria, don't I always tell you not to laugh with that creepy voice? Oh, that's Rosa.
Maria, don't I always tell you not to laugh with that creepy voice?
The crisp sound of Maria slap.
It's okay.
The crisp
okay.
sound of Rosa slapping Maria's cheek echoed through the high-ceilinged chapel. Ever since it started raining yesterday, ever since the island was swallowed by the typhoon, I felt as though something was wrong. It was bright and sunny and when I arrived on Rokkenjima, but since I'd gotten up early and was sleepy, I took a nap. When I woke up, it had already started raining. And ever since that time, suddenly a mysterious visitor calling herself the Golden Witch Beatrice arrived, and I felt like I was sinking bit by bit into a bizarre world. What the heck happened while I was napping? Am I supposed to believe this island was sealed off inside a different world where common sense doesn't apply? Who's this person called Beatrice? Some unknown person trying to involve themselves with an inheritance problem, just like our parents were freaking out about at dinner last night? Or was the culprit this witch from the Legend of Gold, just like Maria said? Even if we set Jessica's temper aside, given the circumstances, probably safe to say that this visitor person is most suspicious. But we mustn't make up our minds based on that alone. It's useless, it's all useless! I smacked my face with both hands again, cooling off my brains before they overloaded, even though it might have been a wasted effort. This is one of Grandfather's envelopes. On a tray piled up with sweets that decorated the table, George Aniki found a Western envelope that had the Ushiromia family crest on it in gold leaf. And it was unopened. Which means it's probably meant for us, right? If it was something Dad and the others read, it should be open.
It seems your reasoning is correct. It's written right here. Someone wrote, "To those who remain." Is that a letter the culprit left? What's inside?
Aniki, let's open it. After nodding silently, George Aniki broke the seal. A folded letter came out.
I'll read it. Welcome to Rokkenjima, members of the Ushiromia family. I am Beatrice, the alchemist for this family, employed by Kinzo-sama himself.
That letter really was a joke. This Beatrice, who called herself the family alchemist, had announced that she was collecting the gold she lent Grandfather along with interest. And that interest was everything Grandfather had created. Since this tragedy was right before our eyes, as this paragraph was being read aloud, it clearly wasn't referring to just the wealth that Grandfather had built up. It was literal. Everything that Grandfather had created. In other words, all of Grandfather's descendants were included in the interest. You bastard! What a screwed up contract! Lives as interest for gold, you say? It's almost like a contract with the devil, isn't it? Think that makes you look more like a witch? Don't make me laugh. This is still George again.
Special clause. However, if someone is able to discover the hidden gold of this contract, Beatrice must abandon these rights for all time. Kinzo-sama has already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. In other words, it's something like this. If these murders represent her collecting interest, then she's telling us to try to find the gold she's telling us to try to find the gold she gave Grandfather if we want her to stop.
Good, so I'm not the only one.
And she's also saying that the secret pointing to the gold is hidden in the portrait epitaph.
So basically this is a letter of challenge from the witch? She's telling us to try and solve the code that points to the hidden gold if we can? And if we can't, she'll keep collecting the interest as planned? I'll beat you to death. Bring it on!
Battler-kun, look!
The table was covered with sweets, so even though those things were right out in the open, we just assumed they were sweets too. I mean, come on, you see them a lot, right? You know, those boxes of chocolate shaped like gold ingots.
This is no box of candy. It's the real thing. This is a real gold bar.
It's inscribed with the crest of the one-winged eagle. do 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 do. I heard Mother talking about this earlier. This is a gold bar from Grandfather's Legend of the Gold. Gold ingots weighing a full 10 kilograms. A whole 3 of them were piled up in the very center of the table. This is also different because last time it was only Kraus that knew for sure that gold existed.
Yeah, or at least that one ingot of it existed. He didn't even know more than that.
That's true, but he was put in a situation where it made more sense than not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that's really as good as you can get, but it was where a cake would be placed if it was a birthday party. In other words, this was all about, without a doubt, the birthday cake of the party known as the family conference.
If these are really 4 9s quality ingots, it's worth about 60 million yen.
Dumbass! That's too cheap! Our parents have been killed and all you got is a pile of just 60 million yen in gold? Don't take us for fools, damn it!
Just begun, Beatrice. It's not like anyone could solve this riddle anyway. But Beatrice will definitely win. Quickly open the door to the Golden Land and take me with you.
Does Maria know the solution?
Huh.
She seems very confident that no one will figure it out.
That's interesting.
I wonder where that confidence comes from. Anyway, join us next time on more Halloween Murder Family Hour. It'll be great. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll...
Everyone will have a great time.
Why would you phrase it that way? No one here is having a good time.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, Bernie's having a good time, but that's because she finally found where you stashed your ganja. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.